Kia ora, my name's Jade Caulfield. I'm the Northern Region Manager at Yellow Brick Road.
Kia ora, my name is Christos. I'm a family whānau support worker at Yellow Brick Road in the Canterbury branch.
And we're being joined today by Kath and Matt, who have some experience with seeking whānau support when they've got a loved one who's unwell. So we're going to talk about that today.
Okay. Hi, I'm Matt.
And I'm Kath, and we are parents of a teen who has suffered with anxiety and some mental health issues over the last few years.
And Yellow Brick Road is an organisation nationally that works with families, whānau, whoever's involved, in supporting someone in their family who experiences mental health challenges.
So what is different about the whānau support approach to mental health wellbeing?
I think the first thing that's different is historically our mental health system has been very individual focused. We're talking about one person who's unwell. And what we really want to share is that people aren't alone in their unwellness. They exist in families, they exist in couples, they exist in groups of people. And if we work on making sure that everyone is surrounded by people who understand what's going on and are supported themselves, then we can make sure that people recover faster.
Yeah, definitely. And I guess following on from that is when we think about the individual that's unwell, when, if they're going to the mental health hospital or any other service as an inpatient or whatever that might look like, as soon as they go back into the home, those are the people that's actually going to be there all of the time. Especially like for you guys, that's something that you guys had to deal with, was as soon as your daughter came back, you were the one supporting her. So having that, I guess, approach and that kind of wraparound is so important, because suddenly it's not just, in you guys' case, it's not just one person that's unwell. Suddenly it's 3 people being impacted by this. Mm-hmm. So having a supportive environment for the individual, we know, is one of the most conducive things towards a person actually improving. And also whānau support so important as well, because in a way it's a form of prevention. Because as soon as we can help to step in to look after you guys, you guys feel a bit better. And, you don't start to deteriorate and going down this, I guess, downward spiral.
Yeah, I think that's a really good point, because obviously we went through like the mental health service, and everything was focused on our daughter, and really we didn't get any support, or we struggled because we weren't getting any support, and we were just sort of like passengers on our daughter's journey. And it wasn't until we got involved with you guys, where we went with the Yellow Brick Road, that we actually got some basically some help for us. Mm. It was one of the things that we were struggling with. I personally was struggling with. Mm. So.
And everyone deserves well-being. Everyone deserves to be happy and healthy and able to cope with what's going on in their lives. Not just people who experience mental illness, but everyone who's around them as well.
Do you think this will become more widespread, more broader, that more people see that that's a better way of looking at the whole family environment rather than just the individual, focusing on the individual? I'd really like to see that more mainstream.
I have a lot of hope that we're moving towards that way. I've been involved in this organisation for quite some time, and there's been a massive shift of an understanding of family needs and of an understanding that whānau support is really integral when we're talking about how people cope and how people recover.
Yeah, it definitely seems to be that it is becoming a bit more well known than it used to be. Especially, looking at our organisation as a whole, the changes that have been made in I think Yellow Brick Road has been around in its many forms in about 30 years, something like that. So we've been around for
40.
40?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's been around for about 40 years, and it's only kind of now that more and more people are starting to be aware of it and being aware of the impact of the whānau support, and more practitioners, I think, are becoming more aware of that as well and actually getting whānau input on things.
I'm sure that makes a huge difference. I know it did for us. Just having somebody concerned with the family members who are supporting somebody going through mental health, and yet you sort of get forgotten about, and you even to the point where you forget about yourself because everybody's focused on that individual with the mental health issues. So it's easy to forget about your own well-being and about yourself, and to look after each other.
As soon as you start to see, all of the resources going towards this one individual, it's like, okay, well, that's what we should be doing as well. And it's a bit, in a way, it can be easier for services because they're not really there 24/7. They're giving as much input as they can, as much resources as they can within the allocated time. But at the end of the day, it's your roof that she's sleeping under. You guys are the ones that are supporting her throughout everything.
And funnily enough, we're probably the ones that have had the least resources to do it as well, because it's just it often comes out as it's not our profession to look after somebody in that way. You don't expect to have that to happen. I think everybody likes to hope for the best, so obviously you don't think it's ever going to happen.
It's a huge responsibility. Especially looking after a child is like huge enough, but then having all these other things, it can definitely take its toll. And then also that not only impacts your own well-being, but inadvertently also impacts your child's well-being as well. That's the thing, is that as soon as you're not looking after yourselves, they're going to get worse as well.